Finally, it's here, the energy cube from Marstek. A few weeks ago I had the opportunity to test the Marstek Jupiter, a plug-in battery where you can connect solar panels directly, and today I have the brand's flagship for plug-in batteries, the Marstek Energy Cube, also known as the Marstek Venus. A battery that can even make you money, not only by optimally using solar energy, but also by playing on the energy market. That and much more in this review. I get to test this battery from Smart Charge and even provide a discount code for the Marstek Venus. I'll come back to that later in this video, but rest assured, they have no influence on this video whatsoever. These are my own experiences and both positive and negative aspects will be covered in this video. To explain it briefly, a plug-in battery is a battery that you can simply plug in into a socket. And through the software and a smart meter, it can determine when to charge the battery or discharge it to power your house. The big advantage is that it's plug and play, so no expensive or complex installation. This home battery is suitable for people with a dynamic energy contract or if you already have solar panels. It comes in two versions, the Venus C and the Venus E, where the C has a capacity of 2560 Wh and the E has a capacity of 5120 Wh. Or 5 kWh. I get to test the 2.5 kWh model. Charging and discharging happens via one cable, making the installation very simple. It can charge at 2500 watts and it can discharge at 800 or 2500 watts. Currently, the latter isn't allowed for plug-in batteries according to regulations, but you have the option to adjust this in the settings. The 5 kWh energy cube weighs about 60 kilograms and feet and a mounting system are included as standard, but you can also purchase wheels for easy movement. The battery is rated at IP65, meaning that it's dust tight and spray resistant. It continues to work in temperatures between -20 and +55 degrees Celsius. You can place it indoors or outdoors, preferably sheltered. This battery is rather thin, allowing you to easily place it against a wall without being obtrusive. It uses a LiFePO4 technology, which is a type of lithium battery. It's reliable, safe, and long-lasting. This battery has a lifespan of about 6000 charging cycles, corresponding to many years of use. And this battery is also efficient as more than 90% of the power is effectively used. In the box, besides the battery, you'll find the mounting system, feet, various screws, a power cable, an RS485 cable, and a manual in different languages. When unboxing, you need to be careful not to damage the front. It's best to install the feet or mount immediately, otherwise the battery will rest on the plastic front as it extends lower than the casing. The front of this battery looks very sleek, so it would be a shame if it gets damaged during installation. On the left side of the battery you will find the power button, an RS485 port for communication, a PSV button for manually venting the battery, the connection to connect the battery to a power outlet, and, very useful, a backup output. You can plug in a device in here and use electricity this way. Very handy if you don't have power. You can still use electronic devices, provided there is enough energy in the battery. To use this function, you must first activate it via the Marstek app. More on that later. As already mentioned, installation is very simple. You unpack the battery, screw on the feet or mounting system, plug in the power cable and the battery is ready. And that's the beauty of these batteries. They are literally plug and play. No expensive installation or modification needed to your current electrical installation. Adding it in the Marstek app also works smoothly. You can connect to the battery via Bluetooth and then enter the Wi-Fi credentials. The battery needs to connect to your meter box. And this can be done in two ways. Via clamps installed in the meter box or via a P1 meter. The P1 meter of Marstek wasn't available during this review, so I did the installation via the Marstek smart meter. And just like with the Jupiter, that didn't go entirely smoothly. It took a while before the battery and the smart meter found each other, but after a few resets it worked. And it has been working since. Now if all goes well, I will receive a P1 meter from Marstek soon. In the future you can also use a P1 meter from other companies, like Home Wizard. That would be very good news that you only have one P1 meter and use it with different applications. And during testing this battery, I got a notification that there was an update available for this battery. And that installation is also very simple. You need to stand near the battery, since your smartphone needs to be connected to the battery with Bluetooth. You see the installation progress on your screen, and after a few minutes it's up to date. The other battery of Marstek, the Jupiter, has a screen where you can read and adjust various values and settings. This energy cube doesn't have that, but it uses a dynamic light strip and several lights to display the status. You have 3 lights on each side. On the left, warn, grid and backup. Warn is a warning light for when there is something wrong. Grid indicates if the battery is connected to the network, and backup lights up when backup mode is activated. The communication is on the right side. CT when it's connected to the Marstek smart meter, Wi-Fi when this is active, and BT stands for Bluetooth. In the middle you have a light strip that indicates if the battery is in standby, charging or discharging. This way you can quickly see what the battery is doing from a distance, and I quite like this design. There are many possibilities with this Marstek Energy Cube, especially when you look at the app. And if we look at the app, we see here that we have the power, we have the profit, we have the percentage of juice in the battery. We can see the history of the charging and discharging. Let me check this. You can see a nice graph here. You can see it today, month or year. You have the Wi-Fi icon, you have the work modus here. On top you have the Marstek Venus, and you can change between the meter and the battery. And here we have the settings. I will come back to that later. If we press this, you have 3 settings. Trade, which means that you can store energy at a low price and put it on the network at a high price, so you could gain some profit. There are different countries in here, like Belgium, but a lot of different countries you can choose. And if you choose the country and you can click on the electricity prices, you see the price of today or of the entire week. And from the moment that the price is lower at this moment than 10 cents, let's see if it's true or not. It's now 3 o'clock, it's 0.03. If I press OK, it's successful. The battery will charge, like you can see here, at 2491 watt. There's a second modus, and that's the auto modus. And this is if you have solar panels and you are putting energy on the grid, so you have too much solar panels, it will charge your battery. If the house recommends more power than the solar power can provide, or if there is no sun, then it will put that energy that's in the battery, it will send it to your house. And the last one, it's manual, and here you can choose when it has to charge, when it has to discharge, and how many watts it has to charge or discharge, and on which days. And as last we have the settings here. You can determine the prices of the electricity when it needs to charge and discharge. You can set the time, you can set the language. If you want to reset, you can reset everything. If you want to use the backup power with the socket on the battery, you can tag this and then you can use that. You can change the power from 800 watt to 2500 watt that it will inject in your house. At this moment it's not legally allowed to use 2500 in Belgium. We have statistics where you can see on today, on month base, how many kilowatt hours you've used or sent to your house. We can share the device to other people, and you can choose just to have a watch permission or that they can change all settings. If you want to give feedback, it's also possible to give feedback via this box. And then here we have the software versions of the app, of the device, it's 146 now, and the communication module. And that's the Marstek app. I got to test this Marstek Venus for several days via Smart Charged. And while it looks very sleek, the most important thing is that it works smoothly. and it has done so over the past few days. Over the 3 modes, trade and auto are the most important for saving money. For trade you need a dynamic energy contract and you can determine when the battery should charge and discharge. For auto, the battery will charge when there is enough solar energy and discharge when your house demands energy. The backup is very handy in emergencies, and this battery comes in 2 sizes, 2.5 and 5 kilowatt hours. And if you are in the market for a plug-in battery, I recommend looking at the 5 kilowatt hours version. It's more expensive, that's true, but you get twice the capacity, thus a shorter payback period. There's still many things to test, such as integration with Home Assistant or Homey, where you can integrate this battery in your smart home, or how much profit can you make with this battery, and how does the Marstek P1 meter work. That's material for in a future video. Don't forget that you can find the link to the Marstek Venus and the discount code in the description. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you soon.